It is the middle of June here in Vermont. The cold spring rains have finally given way to sunshine, and summer flowers are blooming. The lupins, blackberry blossoms, and tiny wildflowers by the roadside. This summer, we are raising chickens. Our new chickens are called Swedish Flower hens. We'll start the tour with our old Golden Comets. Hello, it's Oompi, and today we're going to take a tour of our chickens. And we've got lots of different kinds of chickens. These are the oldest chickens that we have, and there's only 4 of them. Let's go in and meet them. I'm going to give them some chicken food here. And these chickens are a kind of chicken called the Golden Comets. And we keep them for laying eggs. And they're wondering why I'm sitting next to them. But they don't mind too much because there's food to eat. I don't know. I think they do kind of look like comets if you think of, their heads are a little darker. The feathers around their heads and necks are a little darker. And then their bodies are lighter, and then their tails are almost white at the tips. So it is maybe, you could kind of imagine it like a comet streaking down. But these are really good chickens, and they're very friendly. And here's a little chicken coop that I built for them. This little chicken coop is only made to hold 4 chickens. And it's got a door that opens up and turns into a ramp. And the chickens go in there at night to sleep. And they roost on that little bar in there. There's a little chicken roost for them. And there's a window for them to look out of. And then they lay eggs in little nest boxes there. And every day, each chicken will lay 1 egg. Usually, sometimes they skip a day. Sometimes they take a break. And we don't have to go in the chicken coop to get the eggs because there's a little door on the outside. And we can open up the door, and there's the eggs that they laid today. And we'll just take the eggs out and say thank you, chickens, for laying us such nice eggs. And I'm going to get them some water and also a treat. We have a treat for them today. We keep them in this fence to keep out other animals that might want to eat chickens. Sometimes foxes come through and they want to eat a chicken. So this fence is to keep them safe, but here's something they really love. Watermelon rinds. Oh, and there's some onion peels too. They won't eat those, but and here's some water for them. Hello, chicken. I'm gonna show a little close-up of a chicken here. Here's one of our old Golden Comets. And look at their big red combs. That's a comb growing on the top of their head. And Look at your dirty feet. They have big scaly feet, and they've got claws on the ends of their toes for digging, because they like to dig for bugs and worms. Yeah. Yeah, you're a pretty chicken. I know you want more watermelon. So, we just got some new chicks this spring, and we can go down to the garage. I have them in a small temporary pen in the garage, and we can take a look at the new chicks that I got. So down here in the garage, I have a temporary pen that I built for our new little chicks. And these little chicks are only a few months old. Let's open up the cage and take a look. I put this heavy brick on top of the cage so that no wild animals can get in there, because wild animals would love to eat these little chicks. But we're going to use them for laying eggs. They're going to lay more eggs for us. Now, these little chicks are partially grown, so they are starting to get their feathers. They're like teenagers. They're like teenage birds. And the kind of chicken that this is called Swedish Flower hens. It's a breed of chicken that they look all different from each other. They all have different colors and different markings. Some have white feathers, some have dark feathers. Some have different little crests, little crests on the top of their heads. They look very interesting. And we got them from 2 different places. And some of the ones we got are older. These ones we're looking at are older, but the ones here in this box are younger, so they're smaller. These are probably maybe a month and a half old or so since they hatched. And these are different colors too. There's 2 white ones. There's a dark colored one. I'm going to see if I can catch one and we'll show them up close. But this is a little chick. All his feathers aren't grown in yet. He still has a little bit of fluff on his neck. But there's his wing feathers are growing in. You can see they're very pretty. He has some dark feathers and some light feathers. And there's his little feet with his little fingernails. Chickens have three toes, and then they have I guess they have 4 toes. They have a little claw on the back. That's so that they can hold on to things. Look, they like to sit like that. We'll put him back with his friends. So I don't know, some of these chickens are girls and some are boys, and we don't know which is which yet, because they're not really old enough for us to tell. I think if we knew more about chickens, we would know, but when they get grown up, we'll be able to tell, because the boys will be roosters, and they'll crow and make a lot of noise, and the girls will lay eggs. So this is a work in progress. This is, I'm building a new chicken coop for our new chicks to live in, and this chicken coop is on wheels. If you take a look over here, I'm building it on a trailer so that it can roll around. And there's going to be a door here where we go in, and the chickens will live inside, and they'll roost up on these tall roosts at night, and I'll build a little door in the back for them to go out of, and there's going to be windows here for them to look out of and to let light in. And it's on wheels so that we can roll it around and move it to different places in the field. So when they eat all the bugs in one place, we can move it to another place and they can eat all the bugs in that place. So they'll have a constant supply of bugs to eat. And I didn't even have to go in. There you go. Our half-grown chicks had outgrown the temporary pen in the garage. So I decided to move them to the old coop in the yard, where they will have more space to spread out. There's 4. I had to go into the pen and catch them one at a time, carefully placing them into a small cage for transport to the big coop. 5 and 6. This will give me more time to finish building the mobile chicken coop. Seven and 8. Nine, 10. There we go. 12 chickies. All right, this is tricky because here's the chicken coop and the cage doesn't fit in the door. So I'm gonna have to open the door and hope that these guys want to go out into their new home. Let's see if they discover the opening and they start going out. They're usually very cautious about new things. But once one tries something, then they all follow along. Let's see if they do that. There, one's out the door. Look, he made it out. Now the others will get curious and start to follow. Sometimes they even push each other out once they realize that it's okay and there's a bigger space in there. They'll be much more comfortable in this bigger space. It's better ventilated and they'll be able to go outside once I set up the fence. There they go. They're getting curious now. Look at those beautiful chickens, huh? Okay. Keep going. Yep, keep going. That's right. You're all right. You're okay. You can make it out of there. Yeah. They're so nervous, they're just kind of flopping down. I know, it's something new, but you'll get used to it. You can do it. You can do it. Go ahead. Here, I'll help you. There we go. Look at you guys in your new home. Well, your new temporary home. Until I get the rolling chicken coop built. So let me bring you some water. I'll get this cage out of here. The poor things. You can hear them crying piteously. I'm going to give them some water. Thanks for watching and coming along on our tour of chickens. Hey guys. You'll like some water, I think. I'll put it right there. You recognize that. right? And this is your old food right here. You recognize that, right? You want to try the water in the food? Yeah.